So if you're watching this video, big thank you first off, because that means you probably watched my Hyatt House video and you clicked on the link to see the walk. And this is the walk from Disneyland back to the Hyatt House. Now, when I spun that camera around, if you want to rewind and pause, what you're going to see is the passenger pickup and drop-off area. So basically what happens is when you exit Disneyland, there's two parks. There's Disneyland and there's Disneyland California Adventure. Depending upon which park you exit, to one side is going to be the downtown Disney district, all the shopping and restaurants and things like that. To the other side, you're going to walk out the exit. You're going to go past a bunch of shuttle buses, and then you're going to come out to the street that we're on here. And this is known as Harbor Boulevard. And that pickup and drop-off area at the beginning of the video, that's where you're going to take things like your Lyft, your Uber, and whatnot. And in our case, we had taken the Lyft XL just because I wanted to make sure our entire family fit in the vehicle with 5 of us. And on average, I'm going to say with a tip, it was running us anywhere between $10 to $12 each way. We did the walk a couple of times, but, you know, with kids, even a short walk like this one came in at about 11 minutes. And like I said, depending on the pace, you could do it as quick as 8. If you're taking your time, probably more like 12, 13 minutes. But the thing is with kids, after a long day in Disney, especially at nighttime, and depending on when the park closes and peak time, like it was when we went, the park closed at 12. Main Street stays open till 1. So if you stay to the very end, you could be on the streets at 1:30, 1:45 in the morning. And that's kind of rough on the kids. And I'll also let you know, if you're first time coming out in the area, it's very clean in the surrounding area. However, you will run across homeless, like you would in any other city of this type, where there's a lot of tourism and whatnot. It doesn't bother me. I've grown up in big cities, San Francisco, Bay Area, all of that. I'm used to it. Doesn't bother me at all. People aren't going to get in your face or do anything like that. But if that's something that you're apprehensive about, then you might not want to do the walk late at night. You may just want to pick up a lift or whatnot. So you can walk on either side of the street. This side is pretty much a straight shot, as you see here, because it walks alongside of the park. And what you're looking at is the Tower of Terror to the right of us here. So that's basically California Adventure. And we're going to walk all the way back until we hit the crosswalk that takes us to the hotel. If you wanted to, you could certainly cross and go to the other side of the street. That's going to walk you by a lot of the hotels and different shopping areas. But for the walk, I prefer this one. It's just more of a straight shot. It seems to be a little bit more open. I don't know. I just preferred it. So it's an easy walk. But again, with little ones, it can be a bit lengthy. So I haven't sped this video up. You can get a good idea of what it really takes to do this walk. And I know this isn't a thrilling video, but the reason why I'm doing it is because when I was looking for videos on the Hyatt House before we stayed there, I wanted to see what the walk was like. And everybody was saying, oh, it takes about 8-10 minutes. But this doesn't give you a really good idea. So here it is. You can see what that walk looks like. So I'll stop talking here for a few minutes. I'll interject some thoughts here and there as we get further down the path. But here you go. Let's see what the rest of the walk looks like. Now, that is something I'll mention about this side of the street. There tends to be a little bit more shade and a little bit more trees. So in the summertime, that can be helpful versus the other side of the street where it tends to have a little bit less trees. And the other thing is, as I mentioned, this is more of a straight shot. If you notice, for the most part, there's just a straight sidewalk that takes us along the path. Whereas on the other side, you're going to encounter a little bit more driveways for hotels that are on the other side. So something to definitely consider, especially if you have little ones that are doing the walk with you. Now we're getting close to the Hyatt House. You will see it on the left-hand side, right past where that blue bus just drove past us. It's that bigger building on the left-hand side. This is one of the hotels that's been around for a long time in the area. It's called the Candy Cane Inn, and that's that right there. There's also going to be a 7-Eleven up on the corner here. And then the other thing is, if you watch the Hyatt video, I mentioned there's a Walgreens below it. Well, right across the street from the Hyatt House, there's a CVS. So, and that's kind of the nice thing I would say about this hotel as well that I mentioned on the other video, is a little bit more kind of modern day amenities and places to just kind of eat. There's also a Subway across the street. Whereas if you stay at some of the other hotels that might be a little bit closer to Disney, there's a Mimi's Cafe, a McDonald's. I want to say there's a Tony Roma's, and then I believe there's an IHOP. But over here you get some restaurants that are a little bit newer. You know, of course, Starbucks, Blaze Pizza, Walgreens, CVS. That's really nice because they have a lot of things that you can pick up there. So here's our main crosswalk. There's the Hyatt House right there. We can take either path to go straight across and then straight across again. It is a big intersection, so definitely if you got little ones, you want to hold on to their hands here. There's that CVS pharmacy that I was talking about. You can never really go wrong with that either. And that's one of the biggest benefits that I also thought about staying in the Hyatt House, especially with kids, is you're not going to pay extraordinary prices, inflated prices walking into a Walgreens here or a CVS if you needed to pick up some ibuprofen or aspirin. Maybe you need to get a couple of bottles of water. If you're an adult, you wanted to maybe pick up an alcoholic beverage or something. I mean, you're not going to pay an arm and a leg like you would closer to the park, because typically those prices are a little bit more inflated. So it's nice convenience to have those things. So we're going to cross the street here. It's going to take us to Walgreens. And then, of course, right here is where the Hyatt House is. So we've almost completed our journey. As you see there, that Walgreens is 24 hours. So that's also kind of nice. If you want to just quickly hop out of the hotel and grab something there, you can certainly do it. And like I said, I love my coffee in the morning, so I'm a big Pete's coffee drinker, but when Pete's isn't around, I am happy to go with Starbucks. And trust me, picking up a Starbucks coffee in the morning was definitely appreciated. Now, as we round out our walk back into the hotel, one of the other things I'm going to mention, the hotel's really secure. So you're going to get your key card at night. The doors that we're going to walk into the hotel, you can't get into those without your key card. So you'll see where the video ends here when the doors open. We wouldn't be able to open those on our own if we didn't have a key card. Same goes with the elevator to get up to your room. You've got to flash your key card. So it's nice that there's that added level of security as well. But that's about it. We are back at the hotel, and you can see that it took us just about 11 minutes. That's the walk from Disneyland, the passenger pickup area, to the Hyatt House in Anaheim. I hope this helped you guys out. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit subscribe for even more content, and I will catch you guys next time. Take care.